Just be back to a new regular show review and accounting slash one going to check it out and we're back with the next two episodes of season 8 of regular show. And we start with another interesting one, and it starts with the guys heading back from this trip and got these water blasters, and yeah, they make it to this other planet, and yeah, Mordecai and Rigby making some noise and are having fun with the blasters, and yeah, the robot tells them that on this planet they can't make any subtle, loud noises, and this whole planet is covered with with ears. Yeah, like the literal people on this planet are ears, and they're very sensitive when it comes to any subtle noises. And yeah, Mordecai and Rigby doing their water end up causing this accident to happen, even causing this alarm to go off and breaking the glass. And yeah, they get arrested and sentenced to court. And of course, Benson is like, of course, these two would have do something like that. And yeah, of course, we see this whole trial, right? Which is pretty funny, having a whole court trial. And yeah, Mordecai on the stand and having to give exactly what happened, and even showing what happened to one of the ears ended up in the hospital. And then what it looks like is their lawyer, you know, to help them. Apparently, he's in the wrong room. It turns out, and again, Rigby's just explaining exactly what happened, what Mordecai said. And then they're in one of the rooms, recess rooms, and trying to give an idea of what to do, and Rigby and Mordecai needing their friends to say of how they're not loud at all, and even telling Benson if they're loud, and he's like, nope. Again, having to exaggerate the truth a bit. And yeah, when everybody gets offended when Benson says of how he was in a band, a rock band, and yeah, of course everybody's offended, and then Eileen is on the stand as well, and of course everybody thinks it's so cute when when it comes to of them dating, and then she gets sweaty and then yells like how Rigby would when they're trying to get her to say about what Rigby would normally do. And then we see some cameos from past different characters as well on getting on to Mordecai and Rigby. And yeah, they declare Mordecai and Rigby guilty. And yeah, the judge, the honor, sentenced them life to prison. And then the lawyer actually declares in this book that they better go to this one person. And yeah, it's an old man. And they go to, and yeah, they are trying to tell him that they are sorry and it was a mistake. And yeah, they end up making him fall over, and of course he's disgraced with them. And yeah, they end up slipping the guards and end up squirting the old man. But then he's actually able to hear without his thing that he's having to use, and he thanks Mordecai and Rigby. And yeah, they managed to leave. They managed to leave the place and not be sentenced to jail. Yeah, quite an interesting episode. And we go to the next episode, and this is another interesting one. And it starts with this Lasers for Life fist pump concert. And of course, Mordecai and Rigby are very excited for it. And apparently, they are also playing in the same space tree as well that Mordecai and Rigby and the others are in. And showing all these like, different things, that warnings. And they actually make cool a cool flashback or reference to back in season 1, because the last fist bump concert they went to sleep after all that hard work. I like that they made a reference back to season 1, and they done all the different things that they needed to do in order to get ready for the fist bump concert. And yeah, they say that the elevator tubes have a long line, which then Rigby think or has this cool idea of taking this other elevator. And yeah, they're having a good time in the elevator until Rigby starts smashing these other buttons and accidentally hitting this emergency stop button and ends up causing the elevator to stop. And of course, not being able to press any of the other buttons. And they keep trying to press the button, even trying to do the call button. And nobody is even hearing them. And they can't even get any service. And yeah, still no bars. Excel, he gets one bar, and there's a update for the lighter app, and then his battery dies, and yeah, Rigby then gets terrified because he's claustrophobic, and he's starting to sweat as well from the shirt, and yeah, Mordecai is telling Rigby try to think of the nicer things, and then he goes pretty deep, like dang, yeah, kind of dark I would say. Mordecai just going into like yeah, like wow, man. And even Rigby is like, dude, it's okay. And again, just like Mordecai has no hope if they're ever going to get back to Earth. And yeah, just listening to the song, just all depressed. And Rigby is just very sad. And yeah, he's like, we're not going to miss the fist pump concert. And yeah, they open the top of the elevator and climb. And they're trying to knock on the door, but of course, nobody can hear them. And then using this vent and end up in this area, which they then see all these bats and this old bat as well. And apparently, he knows about fist pump. He knows about fist pump, and he actually offers to take them there. And yeah, this ride and make it to the fist pump. And of course, he gets hit with the lasers, but of course, he's all fine. He's all good. Yeah, a really interesting episode, I would say. And this time, they actually were not asleep to do fist pump, right? Unlike the last time. But yeah, like to know what y'all think. I'm gonna go smoke. Catch you next one.